All right, shalom, most high in Christ, bless, happy Sabbath, happy new moon to everybody tuning in across the globe. All praises to the most high in Christ. We are back again live on the Lord's Sabbath day. It is a new moon celebration as well. All praises to the most high. For you brothers and sisters that are just newly tuning in, maybe just even newly coming to the truth, or maybe getting tagged in on these videos, make sure that you have a 1611 King James Bible. Pull it up on your phone or blow the dust off of it. Go and call your grandmother or whoever, somebody who got a Bible. Make sure that you have one, because we will be going over some scriptures tonight. Not too long tonight. It's a celebration. It's a new moon, meaning a beginning of a new month. All right. This is how the Lord calculates it. You have to come to that understanding. This is the reason why we are being destroyed, because we have not come to the understanding of how God wants us to live. And if anything is self-evident in these day and ages right now that all of us, we're living in, all right, is that a lot of our people are dying. And they're dying behind the simplest, most foolish things imaginable. All right. It's so many things that's plaguing our people, from poverty. All right. Even those who think they have money, you're seeing judgment go out. All right. Boat accidents, people breaking into homes. I was watching another thing with the little rappers. You got to see these rappers are just in a cartoon video game like mind. Okay. Shooting each other, making music of it, all kind of things, just detached from reality. And the Lord said that this was going to happen to us. So we're not amazed at this. Nope. Not one bit. We're not amazed. We understand that this is biblical times, and because we are not returning back to God, all of these things are going to keep ramping up. Now, whether you care if somebody lives or die or not, you got to meet your maker, all right? And in that day, you would have no excuse, because when the words are uttered, did you know the truth? You can't say you didn't hear it, because the whole world is knowing it. This is why all the destabilization is happening in Haiti, in Cameroon, western banks of Africa, Jerusalem, all the places where our people are scattered. Europe, destabilization is happening, okay? Because the Israelites are starting to wake up. And who are the Israelites? You so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanic natives, whose fathers are of Negroid and of Indian descent, the children of the slaves, the children who are oppressed, getting killed, and all kind of things. They trying to tell you to take the virus. A new virus is out. Come take the shot. All kind of things is happening. So in these days and age, you need in these times, in these ages, you need stabilization, and the only way you're going to get it is thus saith the Lord God. Okay, believe that, because you're definitely not going to get it from the mayor. You ain't getting it from Joe Biden. We still getting killed, aren't we? I thought he had the answer. So you brothers and sisters got to realize the crazy level. They're talking about kids, 12-year-olds, pulling up on people, robbing them, guns and stuff. But I'm going to ask this question. This to show you if you really want to, we can solve the problem. And the problem is not to get rid of the guns. That's a gun. A person who have a gun, unless he need a bullet, unless he can beat you to death. So who's making the bullets? If you do your homework, you in the top level game right now. Do your homework. Google, since everybody like Google. Google ammunition manufacturers. Gonna blow your mind away. They can easily stop this. Don't give them. Put the legislating together, the law together. It's more stiff on who's making bullets. Problem solved. Because if you take a pack of bullets and now you have to sign for these bullets, now you have to actually put your name on it. We're gonna trace these things to who's selling this. Yep. Guess what's gonna happen, buddy? You're gonna disrupt a whole lot of things. But they want y'all to kill yourself, so that would never happen. It's so easy to do that. That's true. Why not put the onus on the bullet makers? The same people making the bullets making the guns. Exactly. Same people selling the guns is the same people who are in control of the laws.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Yeah. You don't want us to talk like this.
Because the lobbyists are the people you don't see. Them the ones that they the ones get the kickbacks. Why you think you can't shut the NRA down? You can't shut none of this stuff down. All this stuff is all one big old game that y'all don't even realize. It's all about money.
All about money. So tonight's topic, our cries falling on deaf ears. Your life hanging in the balance. Your life hanging in the balance. Oh, yeah, I said it. And this is why I'm saying it. You could be sitting in your home and your house can get shot up. You could be sitting in your car, minding your business, being a good person. And all of a sudden, gunfire erupts in front of you. Somebody dead.
You can go to a mall, like what just happened out here. Go to a mall. Just on the day you never even expect. That little child never thought that, well, I'm going to just say it this way. Her parents would have never thought she never would come home.
That I was so angry.
It was
by
devastating.
that. I was angered by that, man, as usual.
Me too.
But it's like at some point we have to start looking at responsibility. And they're not going to have the onus to care about our cries. Because it's self-evident to care about our cries is really falling on deaf ears. Because if you really wanted to, just like we was talking about it last week, they was able to shut Baltimore down, wasn't they? They killed that doctor. What happened? Shut down completely. Didn't they give him up? I mean, think about that. If things shut down, you ain't pimping, you ain't hustling, nobody selling drugs, everybody getting shut down now. Until you give us who it is. Guess what they did? Turn them right over. So if it show you that scope where they can find this, why they can't understand who's the mechanism behind the killings. You're giving children, you're letting 12-year-olds have weapons, guns, everything. And they went, the task force tried in an illusion. That's an illusion. Because as soon as the task force get the orders, listen, we know people that's in the truth is in the task force. When they get the orders, he like, man, it seemed like people being tipped off. How they getting tipped off if they're getting the orders from the task force got the orders, and now there's a tip off. It shows you the inside workings. Come on, man. So so we're prey, and we keep getting killed every single day. We're going to show y'all some videos tonight. So let's open up with the book of Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 42. Psalms, chapter 42. Bear with us tonight. They're not going to be too long. Once again, happy new moon Sabbath to everybody tuning in. All praises to the Most High for the Israelites are returning back in spirit and in truth. We are seeing these things play out before our eyes, and it is reconfirmation that the Bible is a true book, all right? All the things you're seeing, and it's going to get worse. Things are happening. But as it's getting worse, guess what? Here's the good news. The Israelites, all right, those who are following Christ and the keeping of the commandments, is just like in ancient times, Egypt receiving plagues. They good. It's darkness over there. It's light in the land of Goshen. Chaos, hell, and mixed with fire over there. Sunshine. All praises to the Most High. So y'all understand this. It's difficult as it is for us. We're living in the days of sorrows as well. But the Most High can still open up and have you being that beacon of light for the nation, and you could be in safety. All these strands and everything they're talking about, yes, we understand who's in control of all things, all right? And guess what? When you on this side of the table, you fear no evil.
Exactly.
Psalms 42.
Exactly.
Let's start at verse 1.
Okay. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Happy new moon Sabbath to all. The book of Psalms, chapter 42 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God.
So the way that you got to return to the Most High is like a thirsty person that you need that water. So you got to, and that water right there represents Christ, that understanding. You supposed to be returned. You supposed to want that at all costs. Like I'm so thirsty, I need this. Because if you're thirsty, the Lord said he was going to give you that water. You're going to drink.
You'll never thirst again.
You'll never thirst again. Read on.
Verse 2. My soul thirsteth for God.
Come on.
For the living God.
For the living God. Read.
When shall I come and appear before God?
When shall I come and appear before God? This is why we're saying a person can have a right to live and to die, but you got to appear before the Most High. It don't matter who you are. Come on.
Verse 3. My tears have been my meat day and night.
So my tears have been my meat day and night. Day and night, over and over again. We keep seeing the same thing. Mothers crying, families crying, fathers crying. Everybody in tears trying to wonder why is these things happening. Come on.
While they continually say unto me.
While they continually say unto me. Come on.
Where is thy God?
So if you keep seeing tears, shouldn't at some point somebody go, where's our God at?
That's right.
You keep seeing people cry over and over. Somebody got to do something. This is outrageous. We killing each other. This is too much. Everybody's saying the same thing instead of saying we need to return back to our God. Like, where's our God at? Obviously, if you are in Christianity, you got to ask yourself the question, where's your God at?
If you're in Christianity, you losing right now.
Big time.
Because you supposed to be all that praying and dancing and hooting and hollering. You'd have thought the Lord had came back and delivered all this. But unfortunately, that's not the true gospel.
Right. Read on.
Verse 4. When I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me. For I had gone with the multitude.
Come on.
I went with them to the house of God.
Come on.
With the voice of joy and praise.
With
a multitude that kept holy day.
Whoa. So it show you something. We always keep saying it. If you return back to the Most High, something simple as for a simple mind to go, oh, well, let me keep God's days instead of keeping 4th of July.
Exactly.
But they ain't doing that. They going to the regular. They're doing what the world is doing, and as you are doing that, you are receiving tears and judgments.
You're receiving the world's ransom for your error. You want the world's joy, you're gonna get the world's wrath.
Right. You can't detach from it. You want to have your little designer belts, your starter kit,
right?
And you want to stand up there. You want to be seen as somebody that's in the world doing things worldly. You got to be caught with that. So now you're starting to see it where the Most High is ramping it up on women. Oh, here within the last 2 years, we've been screaming it all over and over again. You ladies, you Israelite women that's out there just doing things. You have not understood. You thought it was just show the men. Now, over and over again, women getting killed off of random. I mean, it's just so, like, you have to admit that is God. There's no way, a woman she just went out to go get some milk for her baby. She's dead. Yep. She just was riding in her car. She just bought a new car. She's dead. She dealing with a man. He was in jail. They let him out without even telling her. He comes directly to her, kills her. She's dead. She's pregnant. Somebody busts in, kills her. She's dead. Where's your God at? Where's God at to level this thing out? Somebody have to help me. Where's your God that you say you believe in? We know what's happening. Yep. We know that the Most High is setting forth judgments. That's right. You don't. You think that, God is just a party God, or is he just happy?
No, I know what it is, Elder. They blame everything on Satan.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody. You see you go back to the picture. People might have missed it. Look on the cell phone. World Star. Yep. Everybody want to capture things. Everything being put on camera now. You're catching Everybody, people's last demise. So many people on camera. It's not even funny. All right. Now you have to realize something. I'm gonna give you a video. Drop this. Give me the video. WION. I gotta play this for everybody because we just read about the multitude that kept Holy Day, right? The contemporary thoughts in Christianity and in other scopes of mind. God done away with his days. We don't even have to keep his days. How simple are you? How simple are you? Because at the end of it, why would you think God said, don't worry about my days, which I ordained and sanctified, but go ahead on and keep Juneteenth. Go ahead on and do 4th of July. Y'all can do that. That's fine. Don't worry about my days. That's a childlike mind. And guess what? You're being rebuked for your error, and it's going to cost you a dance. It's costing a lot of our people. A lot of people are dying, all right? And it's primarily, it's every day, but it kicks up a whole nother level, especially on days like the 4th of July, all right? Summer madness.
Even tonight is a hot day. It's a hot night. People are going to be out there wilding out tonight and tomorrow night. This is the Sabbath day. This is the holy day of the Lord. This is a holy day tonight. This is a holy day. The Sabbath day really is the establishment of the holy day, but the holy day tonight,
right?
People are going to be out there getting wild and crazy. We're going to hear about it on the news. It never fails.
Never fails. But watch this. I want y'all to pay attention to the numbers. Let's run it real quick.
Do you know what's normal in the United States? Gun terror, or what the United States calls gun violence. Let me give you an example. On the 4th of July, the United States celebrated its Independence Day. On the 4th of July weekend, 150 people were killed in gun terror across the country.
Whoa, pause. Over 400 shootings across America, 150 people killed, gun terror, 4th of July weekend. We kept saying leading up to it, tuck in, tuck in. Even out here, look at the locations. Yep. All right, they ain't adding everything. They got to add Atlanta. You got to add Florida. You got to add New York, California. Yep. All right, especially Louisiana. All right, but they're showing you. They just giving you a scope right now. Watch this. Play on.
There were at least 400 shootings. Shots were heard in Chicago, Texas, Virginia, and Ohio. In Chicago alone, at least 95 people were shot. The city's top cop said police recovered at least 6,100 guns. This was 26% more than the recovery during the same period last year. In Virginia, a 15-year-old boy was arrested. He shot 4 children over the weekend, all between the ages of 6 and 16. In Texas, an argument resulted in a gun war. At least 8 people were shot near a car wash. In Dallas, 5 men were found dead. Investigators are yet to determine the details. The question is, how is the U.S. reacting to all of this? The Chicago Tribune says the Independence Day weekend was marred by violence. CNN adds the word gun before violence. But overall, the reportage echoes a sense of...
I hope y'all was paying attention to the bottom scrolling part. They were showing you the last couple years. And they're showing you the shootings that's taking place in what is called Independence Day. Independence means freedom, right? Yeah, supposedly. Yeah, supposedly. But this is happening, and they're like, what is the U.S. doing? Now, you're seeing there's a underlining rise happening, but people are ignorant of it. The other nations are starting to report on what the U.S., primarily the so-called white man, is doing. They're reporting on it because why you think this lady's doing this? You think that the Most High is just like, she just doing it? The Most High, just do whatever you're doing. He's exposing their nakedness. So people are seeing it. And guess who's the prey? Yeah, you guessed it. So-called black and Hispanics. Play on real quick. I'm going to play a little bit more of it.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Is that because gun terror is the norm in the U.S.? You see, every year around 500 lives are lost to shootouts in America. 615 people died in 2020, 441 in 2019. Schools are attacked, nightclubs are attacked, places of worship are attacked. African Americans die disproportionately, and the White House does not do anything about it.
You know, they don't want her on here. They don't do anything about it. The reason why does Steve so why did other people notice this? But our people never really end up wanting to admit anything. They want to consistently cry, the tears pour out. You want to consistently bypass everything what God is saying and showing to lean to your own understanding and think that, oh, you know what, it's just a few people who are bad. The numbers that she's put up is inaccurate. The numbers is inaccurate. It's what they can. They're going on reported information. That's why we have a tool that we're releasing. And people don't know this, but it's going to be able to give accurate data from us. Our people are going to be able to report accurate data. Okay, it's already developed and it's already here. We're just getting some things finalized. Understand that. Okay, give me Lamentations chapter 2. The fight is on. All right. Lamentations chapter 2. All I want is verse 11.
Okay. The book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 11. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city.
Give me pull up Google and look up the word swoon. Mine eyes do fail with tears. Yeah, every time, I don't care who you are. They were showing different people. There's a video showing different people looking, and they were reacting to the violence. And every person that they were showing the multitude of violence was breaking down, because they just looked at it as, they call it senseless, right? But that goes to show you that tears, all right? But it's gonna show us something on a whole nother level. Okay. Yep. Swoon in the streets of the city. Play it. Swoon. Faint from extreme emotion. Extreme emotion. Be emotionally affected by someone or something that one admires. Yeah, like rap music, like a culture. All right. I'm echoing. Do y'all zoom in on it? If this Bible is not the truth, I don't know what you following.
I'm telling you.
Read it again for him. Be emotionally affected by someone or something that one admires. Okay? So, let's read it again.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 11. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city.
So the culture that our people so much love and attach to is the very thing that's really putting forth the death strokes.
Yeah, because most of these cats, it's funny with hip-hop, so-called hip-hop, right? I say so-called because it wasn't intended for that purpose. But we're showing you something. These cats now, they'll take a guy or a woman who already has a charge, make them into a rapper because they want to keep it real. They want to, we understand that it's studio stuff. It's actually acting. You're trying to have a persona. But these cats want to really go live this crap, be about that life, and you wonder why you get locked up. You wonder why you put all your business out there on social media, you're going live, and you wonder why these things are happening.
Now the level of disrespect. You know, you disrespecting the people who you killed, and everything else. All right, calling them ops and thinking it's a video game. And the crazy thing is, we're not going into it tonight, but the crazy thing is, you got to ask yourself a question: who's paying these kids to do this?
Yep.
Where are they getting the money to put this stuff together? Where are they getting the airwave exposure and everything? Come on now. You got to understand this. Go to a Fox Atlanta 5 with the grandmother. Because now it turns out to be that you have all of these killings and everything happening from disrespect, disagreements, people just saying things. Oh, I'm going to put me a body under my belt and I'm going to go rap about it and make money. Unreal. Give me the grandmother. This is what you see day in and day out.
We have breaking news out of DeKalb County. That's where a late shooting has taken the life of a 19-year-old. The victim's grandmother is speaking about her loss. And Good Day's Mark Teichner joins us live from DeKalb County Police Headquarters. Mark, good morning to you. What emotional words from this grandmother.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking to listen to the pain that this woman is going through. She is identifying the young man who died as Jakari McKellar.
He's a lovable kid. He's a lovable kid. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Johnny Jones's life is shattered. Her grandson, Jakari McKellar, was gunned down Wednesday night in front of this food mart on DeKalb County's Fletchell Parkway. Jones says Jakari was checking on his phone on her couch when she went to bed. Not long after, there was banging on the door.
Y'all, Jakari's 10 people, come. They just killed him at the store.
She rushed out, only to find her grandson, who she raised from the age of 5 months, dead in the parking lot.
When I got right here at this scene, I could see his body laying, his lipless body laying over there.
Jones tells us Jakari, who would have turned 20 later this month, just started a new job at a warehouse and was super excited about making $19 an hour.
And the last thing I said to him was to go to sleep so he could get up early in the morning so he could be on time for his new job.
This isn't the first time a life has been lost at this store. Back in March, a double shooting left one man dead and another in critical. Now Jones wants action taken before another family ends up grieving.
Pause. So it's more people dying at that food mart. You would think that you would sit some, police officers there.
Right.
You would think that some kind of preventative things would happen, but listen, you living in a society. I think everybody would be detached. You're living in a society. Those people who are police officers want to go home. Nobody, that person working at that liquor store or whatever want to go home. So people are not getting involved with something that is considered lesser, someone that's considered, not desired. We are a nation not desired. So people are not looking at it in the sense where, yes, losing life is sad. Anybody gonna say that. Shoot, a dog get ran over in the street, somebody go, oh, that's sad. But when you start to look at our people and how we're developing, we're not being smart. I'm not gonna send my child to the store. It's already debt's been happening there. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Just go ahead on and walk to the liquor store and pay a bill. Is there a pattern forming here? Is there something in your mind really you have to really start to think what situation you're in? But this is what happens when we're detached. We don't look at things for the purpose of the Most High. The Most High is showing us this place is dangerous. We are saying tuck in. When all the situations is going on, we're saying, hey, dial back. Don't try to just think you could just, like a normal, you living in Mayberry or whatever, I'm going to just go ahead on and walk to the store. Yep, you might not make it back because there's a lot of things. It's a lawless society.
Look, We always try to tell people not to control nobody's life, but we try to tell our people, listen, use common sense. Let's just think of it for a minute. I can tell you my personal thing, what I do. I take care of all my business, my bills over the phone. I don't go to those places. I go to certain places. I do it early. I don't go out late at night knowing that's when these knuckleheads are out here doing stupid stuff. And I know that may sound restrictive to you, but at the end of the day, you got to use common sense and think. Every time you leave, you got to be calculated and think every time you leave your house. You got to constantly think. We're living in this is a dangerous place to fall. This is the valley of the shadow of death. We keep telling people think we just joking around, but you have to be very mindful of your surroundings and what you're doing. You can't just walk around here just just thinking, oh, ain't nothing going to happen to me. I mean, come on. I mean, you got to think more. That young man's life could have probably been saved had he just went on head on and waited. That stuff can wait. It's not that important.
Yep, but boy, they gonna turn me off. They gonna charge me a late charge.
Right.
I gotta pay it tonight. They gonna charge me a late charge. So pent up on money.
Yep.
And then we're not finding fault with this. Play the rest of it.
Right.
We're not finding fault with it.
I mean, it could happen to anybody. I mean,
it could have been in broad daylight.
Right,
There's people still getting killed, but your probability is there. Now we're dealing with this.
Please, please, stop it. Stop it. Let my grandson's life mean something. Let my grandson's life mean something. Stop. Close this store down.
Not getting a whole lot of information from police about the investigation out there at the scene. According to the family, they were told that someone pulled up in a car and started shooting, and that's how Jakari was killed. If we do get an update from investigators, we'll, of course, let you know right away.
Yeah, they do. They know
from
more
DeKalb
than
County
what they're
Police.
saying. Get them out of here, man. Give me Ezekiel 24. Ezekiel 24. Start at verse 15. We're going to Ezekiel 24:15 is sad. And then they put her on camera like this. They put her on camera at her most critical moment. Why would you do that? I mean, they like it's like put more detaching desensitivity out there. Let's get her at her most grievingest time where she's just lost out her mind. She's still shell shocked. You don't even see tears coming down because it's surreal. She walked out there and saw it. She raised this child. And now to see him dead on the streets. I mean, come on, y'all. So what are we doing? That's why we have to start a lot of mechanisms. We are sitting here reading the Bible to you folks out there, and we use the social media platform to speak it and everything else. But y'all don't know the true life that we're really leading and living and everything else. You don't see the things behind the scenes of what's going on. The fight, the small fight. You feel so helpless because the small things that we're trying to set forth, but we're dug in so much that we need divine intervention. So what we're doing is just putting in our bricks as much as we can. Right. I mean, we're nobodies to even try to scratch the surface of this. Look at what's happening in the cities we live in all the cities that y'all are living in. So it becomes insurmountable in your mind. You just see this stuff, and all praises to the Most High. We're not desensitized to it. Right. We haven't been all these years. We're not desensitized. It inflames us more to try to get out there and do things, and we feel like, dang, we can never do enough.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. It makes me want to shed tears, to see. I mean, even around here, people that we personally knew that we came in contact with, we know people that died to gun violence. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's a hurting thing. I mean, we're not sitting there being like you're saying, we're not desensitized, man. We feel that because that's our nation, that's our people. Whether it was there, whether it's here, it's a hurting thing.
Yeah, imagine talking to somebody and the next day they're dead.
They're dead.
Consistently doing it over and over again. Feel like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 24 verse 15.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 24 and verse 15. Also, the word of the Lord came unto me saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down.
Pay attention to what's being said. Come on.
Forbear to cry. Make no mourning for the dead.
Come on.
Bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet.
Come on.
And cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men.
Eat not the bread of men. You're supposed to be having the bread, the true bread, which is Christ. Come on.
Verse 18. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at even my wife died.
Oh, come on.
And I did in the morning as I was commanded.
Come on.
And the people said unto me, Wilt thou not tell us what these things are to us, that thou doest so?
So remember, this is a huge similitude for you brothers and sisters who are out there studying. He said his wife died. His wife died. Pay attention. I spake unto the people in the morning, and at even my wife died. Pay attention to that, all right? Highlight it. It's going to come up in other classes. Come on.
Verse 20. So I answered them, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Speak unto the house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will profane my sanctuary.
Come on.
The excellency of your strength.
Come on.
The desire of your eyes, and that which your soul pitieth. And your sons and your daughters whom you have left shall fall by the sword.
Shall fall by the sword. Pay attention. Come on.
And ye shall do as I have done. Ye shall not cover your lips, nor eat the bread of men.
So by us seeing these things happen, it's making us even have more zeal to speak out and say, hey, the Lord said that this was going to happen to us. All right, watch this. Come on.
Verse 23, your tires shall be upon your heads, and your shoes upon your feet. Ye shall not mourn nor weep, but ye shall pine away for your iniquities.
You're going to pine away for your iniquities. So as you look at us, we're watching a nation just pine away constantly. We just getting killed left and right. All kind of things. Experimental test on you. Oh, they got a new vaccine we want to test on y'all. Put this in you. Oh, you know what? Y'all don't have the capabilities of being in this type of job. It's a whole thing that happened with a guy. They was up there. I want to say it was somewhere in Philly. The guy basically was caught on camera being, constantly harassing his neighbors, being racist. So now everybody went up there to his house and started beating on his door, all kind of stuff. It's like a little mini mob formed. And the police had to try to get him out of there, and they was throwing stuff at the police. It was crazy. But you got to realize, all of this is a powder keg. Things are just, we're pining away watching it, and and as that's happening, it's more pressure being built up. All right, watch this. Come on.
And mourn one toward another.
Come on.
Thus Ezekiel is unto you a sign.
Come on.
According to all that he have done shall ye do.
Come on.
And when this cometh, ye shall know that I am the Lord God.
So we are. This is our confirmation. Like we know we're pining away, but when it comes, he's showing us. Yeah, we're reading this back and even in Ezekiel time, but the Lord is showing you this is for a prophecy. It's twofold. That's twofold. We know that there's a higher power because we're seeing the same things. Watch this. Come on.
Verse 25. Also, thou son of man, shall it not be in the day when I take from them their strength, the joy of their glory, the desire of their eyes, and that whereupon they set their minds, their sons and their daughters?
Come on.
That he that escapeth, and that day shall come unto thee, to cause thee to hear it with thine ears.
To cause thee to hear it with thine ears. So look at it spiritually, because if you know that the Most High is doing these things and you go out and tell somebody this, Shall they not hear with their ears? Shall they not really start to understand the Most High is doing this? This is all of God's doing. But yet, you're crying saying, why is this happening? Oh, somebody need to do something. The somebody that needs to do something is you. So that's why when you get into the truth, you start to realize, oh, it starts with me. All right. Once you know it starts with you, then you can return unto righteousness. Like go to Psalms 34. Psalms 34, verse 17. You turn unto righteousness. Psalms 34 and verse 17.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
The righteous cry,
The righteous cry. Come on.
and the Lord heareth.
And the Lord heareth. Well, that means their prayers. They're calling out to the Most High. The Most High hear it. Go ahead.
And delivereth them out of all their troubles.
And delivers them out of all their troubles. You hear that? So this scripture right here should mean a lot to our people.
It should be uplifting.
You're right. Because if the Lord hearing you, should he not be that strong enough to save? Think about that. All right. But there's a lot of mechanisms happening. Go to I'm gonna show you this other video. It's a lot of things happening. It's NBC LA. This is another sad case. Watch this. We got to return back. This nation has to come back to who they are and start to follow Christ and the keeping the commandments, coming out of Catholicism, Christianity as a whole. Got to come out of it. But we see it over and over again that we're stuck in religion and we don't know how to solve things, but we're being treated as children. Childlike mind. We let them tell us what the judgments are. We let them tell us how we should react. Everything.
I always said, brother, I said minority, minor. A minor, what happens, you're a child. They're the majority. They dictate what you do. They dictate how you're supposed to handle your own judgments. They the one that govern you. So when you're a minority, you're a minor.
Mm-hmm. Play it. Look how sad this is.
He didn't get a chance to defend himself. 2 shots to the head, and it's ridiculous.
Loved ones are in mourning after a father was killed in front of his 2 sons during a shooting on the 60 freeway. Those 2 sons are injured, but they are alive as the search for the father's killer continues.
NBC4's Christine Kim spoke with the victim's family.
You can only imagine how difficult this is for the 2 boys who were in the truck when their father was shot and killed. Not only are they grieving his death, but they're also recovering from injuries after their truck crashed after the shooting. Luis Mendoza's mother is still waiting for her 35-year-old son to come back home.
It's going to be hard now.
Gio Rodriguez says the father of 5 never made it back after picking up his 2 boys to bring to a family gathering.
He didn't get a chance to fight back or defend himself. They shot twice and was pronounced dead a few hours later.
His life taken after a car shooting on the eastbound 60 freeway east of Crossroads Parkway. CHP says around 12:30 p.m. Saturday, a witness saw the front seat passenger of a gray compact car stick his hand out with a handgun and fire at Mendoza's Chevy Avalanche. Mendoza at the wheel lost control and crashed into a white Kia and a sound wall. Family members say his 16-year-old son in the backseat suffered from injuries in the crash, but was discharged from the hospital. The teen's 13-year-old half-brother, Matthew, who is sitting in the front passenger seat, now out of surgery.
He's stable. He's good. Thank God he didn't get shot, but he does have head damages.
Matthew's mother sharing these photos of him, saying the impact of the crash split open his nose and he lost his left ear.
Pause.
As family
Split open his nose, lost his left ear. But it goes to show you, people don't care if kids in the car. All this stuff is out the window, y'all. All right? And if you keep thinking that, especially, man, our Hispanic native side of our family, I'm going to put it that way. Right. All right? You better stop believing that this place is accepting you. because obviously you getting grinded to powder. If you just see it over and over again, consistent killings, and then it's even crazier because they'll do a crime, kill somebody, and get deported. Then what happens? So you're seeing it as it's playing out. The nation of Israel is oppressed together, all right, in this. It's sad, okay? The Bible is a true book, so you ain't getting around this, okay? You're going to see the same things happening. Finish that video. Watch what they say.
He pleads for anyone with information on who may have done this to come forward.
We need to find these people. They can't be driving around. They can't be doing this. This is not right.
The Mendoza family tells me it's a family tradition to get together on the 4th of July weekend, but tonight they're gathering not to celebrate a holiday, but to mourn a death.
Pause. Why celebrate? What independence you celebrating?
That's crazy.
This goes to show us the same mentality is spread out through this place, man. And we're just receiving everything, all the curses, everything. Yeah, you can pull it. While you pulling that, I'm gonna show you another video, which is crazy. Back to Atlanta we go. Fox 5 Atlanta. Is he? No. July 6th, daughter killed. Did I send that to you? Yeah. Yes. Play that video for him. Watch this, y'all.
Young woman is shot and killed after Atlanta police say that her mother got into a fight with another person at their apartment complex. Now, investigators say the shooting happened just after 1 this morning at the Preserve at Collier Ridge Apartments on Harwell Place in Northeast Atlanta.
As Fox 5's Claire Sims reports, there is now a reward for information in the case.
Atlanta police say they need the community's help to figure out who shot and killed a young woman and landed her mother here at Grady Memorial Hospital. Investigators have identified the 2 victims in an overnight shooting as a mother, Janine Alicia Baker, and her daughter, Anisha Shavers. Atlanta police say just after 1:30 Tuesday morning, officers responded to a call about 2 people shot at the Preserve at Collier Ridge Apartments.
When they arrived, they found both victims. They were subsequently taken to Grady, where one of them is expired. She passed from injuries consistent with being shot. The other victim is said to be in stable condition right now.
According to investigators, Baker had gotten into some sort of argument with another woman at the complex earlier in the night. Police believe that woman then got in touch with the shooter.
One of the females contacted a male associate, and he was the one that came over and did the shooting.
Now, police want to find the woman Baker fought with and the man who pulled the trigger. Investigators describe the woman as chubby and dark-skinned, about 5'4" to 5'5" tall, with small braids on top of her head and larger braids in the back. Investigators believe she is in her late 30s to early 40s. Police say the male suspect is a heavy-set black man between 5'6" and 5'7", in his 20s or 30s, with a medium brown complexion and a short to medium afro.
Well, that could be anybody. Get that off of there, man. That's just ridiculous.
That's Atlanta.
You know what's funny? Atlanta, man, you can't even say the truth not out there.
Tell me about it.
I mean, the truth was hitting that spot hard for a long time.
We was out there. We was on Peach Street years ago out there teaching the truth. You know, organizations out there, other brothers out there pushing the truth out there hard.
I mean, at some scope of it, you know that the truth is out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show y'all something about that. Where you going?
Oh, I was going to do Deuteronomy 28, verse 65 and 66.
Yeah.
Because it's just showing y'all this is part of the curses. This is how you know we Israel, because you can look at this right here and read this and actually live it on the screen, which you're about to see. Because it's Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65, and it says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. We're not finding no ease with nobody. Even our own people, other nations, we're getting snuffed out by everybody. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. You see it. We're crying out to the Lord. Lord, help us. We don't understand what's going on. But verse 66 is the key. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And then verse 67, in the morning thou shalt say, would it be even? And at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning? For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. See, that's the thing, y'all. We like, let's let this day pass. It's a tragedy. You just want this day to go away. And then on one end, you have to understand our life is going to hang in doubt. That's what's happening. That's how you know we're true people, because you see it Atlanta. You see it here. You see it all over. You think it's just a coincidence? This is the part of the curses.
Can you go to Leviticus
26?
Yeah, 26.
Yep.
I know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Leviticus 26. I'm going to start at verse 35, though.
Oh, yeah.
It says, Leviticus 26 and verse 35. As long as it lieth desolate, it shall rest, because it did not rest in your Sabbaths when ye dwelt upon it. Talking about our land.
Yep. Because the land's supposed to rest. That's one thing Esau didn't even do. The land didn't even get no rest in this man's kingdom, because it gives it time to replenish itself, to restore itself. Same way with our people.
And that goes to show you about the holy day. Like, if we was to just look at even this Lord's Sabbath days, like you said, this is the start of it.
Yeah.
Then you would understand a lot of these deaths happens Friday night, Saturday nights.
Yes. Yes.
People getting geared up, or it happens in their holidays. You're not keeping the Lord's holy days.
They're holidays.
Right.
Lies. That's what it's all about. Holiday. We got the holy days, set apart days.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord ordained those days, but their days is holiday telling lies, like July 4th. Come on now, give me a break.
Verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies.
Especially here. This is our enemy's land, because it's eating us up. We're being grinded to powder, like you would say.
And the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursue it.
And that's what's going on today with our people with the trembling heart. Even in the time of slavery, of course, we know it's twofold too, because even now we have a fearful heart. You don't know, one day to the next, a simple traffic stop might be the end of your life. It may turn out to become the national news, like what happened with George Floyd or whatever. We can go countless people. We can talk about time and time again, it happened to our people.
And let me say this. A lot of our people, when you look at this scripture, a lot of our people die because they're so scared of what the so-called white man can do to them. So the police come, they're so scared that they act erratically.
Yep.
And then boom, triggers off their demise.
Yep. Or they'll run, or they're, like you said, they're just out of sheer fear. Like we saw that, remember we saw that sister when she shot that cop?
Yeah.
Out of pure fear, she was so scared.
And you saw the other guy, he's like, I'm scared, I'm scared. We showed it.
We showed it, yeah.
But the thing is, if you was just to sit there and be like, okay, let me see what's going on, and have some composure.
Right.
But remember, this swooning effect is there. Everybody think that they got some rights to speak on something, and therefore you're receiving just judgments on it. It's sad, but if you was just to do what the Lord says, agree with thy adversary quickly, you follow the Bible. Soft answer, turn away wrath. You see the lady out there. Now you fighting, you women. That's the craziest thing in the world. every time you see our women, somebody gonna get into a fight, they taking off their shoes, taking off earrings, making sure if they got a wig or whatever the case may be, that's coming off.
Go and get the Vaseline and all little crazy nonsense. All the stuff that you want to be hood and you want to show it and you want to be confrontational. That's another problem with our people too. I have to say this. I gotta say this. Disrespect and confrontation is being something that's being held as hero to be a hero, and it's backwards because it used to be our women had respect, and our women were, you know what I'm saying. Now you don't even want to be ladylike. You want to act like you're men. You want to step the men. You want to fight, and then stuff like this happens. It's amazing.
That's why we keep saying men deal in order and respect.
Right. You know,
that's how we supposed to deal.
Then the young men who are raised up by these emotional women, what happen? They get raised up. They emotional. They want to pull the trigger or quick. They just don't want to sit there and think and let's discuss and how we're going to handle this. Like, men, it's sad, but we have to get back to this. Back to this. If we read on.
Yeah. And they shall fall one upon another as if it were before a sword when none pursue it.
When none pursue it, because you know how sometimes you could be like, let's say brothers might mess around. Let's say a sister might mess around. They think they have a warrant or something. They might say, oh, man, I mean, they see the cops, they run, get scared, whatever, because they know something bad is going to happen. Okay, go ahead.
And you shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
Because we don't have no military to fight for us. Something happened to us, like you were saying before. Somebody kill us. They're not going to fear any retribution. They're going to fear anything.
Not only that, too, you correct. And then let's just say we go, okay, who's selling bullets?
Yep.
We don't want any bullets to be sold to our people at all, period. You're still going to have the underlying criminal element, but let's put the serial numbers on there. So if we catch your bullets being sold, let's say you're Northrop Grumman, you make bullets. We catch your bullets on crime scenes because you can do ballistics. You're going to pay a fine.
Yep.
I bet you all of this stuff stops. I'm willing to bet you all of this stops. But they are not willing to sanction down like that because it's you that's being killed. When that stuff starts to hit their doorsteps, it's a problem now.
Same thing with drugs. As long as drugs are hitting our neighborhoods, it was okay. But as soon as it started hitting their neighborhoods, a war on drugs.
As soon as that meth started hitting them.
War on drugs. You know, it's an epidemic now.
Now you caught with a meth lab, it was like, okay, we putting you in jail for 20 years.
Right.
Excuse me? You got crack houses all around. But they say, oh, you got a meth lab. Because a meth lab is dangerous.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
Y'all got to be kidding me.
Come on now. Think about that, y'all.
Don't be simple.
Right.
Watch this. It says verse 38.
Go ahead.
And ye shall perish among the heathen.
Among the heathen, among all the nations, you best believe. We on the news. Like that lady Elam, she's talking about some overseas. So among the heathen, go ahead.
And the land of your enemies shall eat you up.
Or grind you to powder. Because it is eating us up consistently through the justice system, the penal system, and we also constantly killing each other. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity.
And their sins. Because we constantly keep sinning, going out here on these days, doing wickedness. So therefore, we're going to pine away, get the ultimate judgment.
And pine away in their iniquity in your enemy's land.
And that's plural. It's lands, because it ain't just America. It's all over, wherever we're scattered.
And also in the iniquity of their fathers shall they pine away with them.
Pine away with them.
You know what's funny? It goes another level of just popped into my mind. Y'all seen the building that collapsed up out there in Florida, right? Surfside? So the building collapsed. You had the Israeli military over there working.
They're crazy.
Yeah, working.
But I thought it says here, you shouldn't have no power, no might. How they have a military and they supposed to be Israel? Think about that. We just read here. It says you should not have. It says. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this right. Verse 37, the last part says, you should have no power to stand before your enemies. So they don't fit this. Because they have a military. It's called the Israeli military. So we Israelites. We don't have no power. We don't have a military. So we fit this, right? That's a check.
Yeah, and another thing is, y'all, that goes to show you with the we was just watching the assassination, the news on the assassination of the Haitian president. All right, and it's this is what makes me upset with the human population in a nutshell, because what they do is they throw things out there, and you just have a certain group of people, conglomerate of people that just believe whatever they throw out there. I'm gonna show y'all 2 videos. Give me the first video. I'm gonna show y'all something in your mind. Give me the global news video first. Watch this. I just want y'all to see this. See who's thinking. Well, before you give me the global news one, let me see. Yeah. Is that the global news? No, that's NBC. Give me global news first, then. Sad, but watch this.
It was in the hilly suburbs of Port-au-Prince at his home that the Haitian president was assassinated. Armed gunmen attacking just after 1 a.m. Wednesday, leaving behind bullet holes, ski masks, and a growing political crisis. These are videos posted by a Haitian media outlet. It says they were filmed during the attack. According to witnesses quoted in local media, the gunmen were yelling, claiming to be with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Some also report hearing drones overhead and a grenade explode. This man says he heard a boom and felt the ground shake. In a statement to the nation, the interim prime minister says the attackers spoke English and Spanish. Claude Joseph called it a highly coordinated attack by a highly trained group. It was the interim prime minister who confirmed President Jovenel Moïse had been killed and his wife, the first lady, shot and wounded. Joseph has declared a state of emergency and is calling for calm. Now, calm is not something Haitians have seen much of in recent years. On top of the tumultuous political situation, they're having to deal with a kidnapping crisis and a failing economy. Add to that, a capital gripped by gang violence. Armed groups and police have battled in the streets for months, with civilians caught in the middle. Montreal's Haitian.
Pause. So, let me just say these little things to some of you folks that might be simple-minded. The Haitian people are very poor. Where are they getting bullets from? They're eating dirt cookies. Things are barely being able to be fixed. But they got bullets? Okay. Give me the other video. I'm just upsetting. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to think somebody can think with a childlike mind, thinking people's peons. Just sleight of hand, anything can fool you because you're simple. The country is under destabilization, but the Lord is showing us something. No matter how much we want to get ourselves together, because see what Haiti would have represented. If the Haitians out, if y'all don't know the history of Haiti, they led that slave revolt with 100% bravery. But it goes to show you something. If the Haitians was to set up Haiti in the right manner, and it would have all of us over here and all of the Israelites everywhere, Spanish speaking alike, would be able to have them as a beacon to be an example. The Levites, the priests. It would be, that place would be like a Wakanda. It would be a beacon to show this is how we live in peace and harmony. But so much destabilization is poured into that place over and over again. You know, somehow magically they got grenades. You can't even eat. People being snatched. It was another program. They showed child abductions happening from there, like little girls and little boys alike come up missing and just being sold on a black market. All kind of things is happening over there. Destabilization at its highest level is happening in Haiti, and it's over and over again.
But didn't they get their independence? I mean, that's the thing that blows my mind about independence. When we talk about independence, right? You get independence, like you said, and you still destabilize. It shows you the curses. It shows you no matter how you slice it, it's still the curses. Unfortunately.
To all the Haitian, so-called Haitian, you Levites, brothers and sisters, man. You know what? There's hope in the end, because that place could be so beautiful with the nicest people that you can ever meet. But because destabilization, they're underneath destabilization, and our people don't realize what that is, it goes over your head. It goes over your head. But some of the nicest people you can ever meet on the face of this earth, you know. But you still have to realize something. The Most High is in control of all things. He's showing us something. We need divine intervention. Ain't no way you set that government up like that, it ain't gonna make no difference. So what happens is every time you have a ruler that pop up, I think you have one other ruler that people loved, but you know what was that all about? But in the end term of it, I'm not gonna go into Haitian history, but the point is showing us, the Most High is showing us some things. Now here where's the foolery comes in at. Show the people they said that did this. How you have drones, and so you want us to believe these are some of the assassins that was trained out there. Matter of fact, they so trained, they know how to use drones, grenades. They got high weapon lead. It's calculative, but you can catch them in a matter of a day. Yeah, come on. Go ahead.
Haitian authorities now say at least 28 suspects were involved in the assassination of the country's president, lining them up for the world to see behind a table displaying firearms, machetes, and Colombian passports. Haitian police say 17 men have been arrested, including 15 Colombians and 2 Haitian Americans. 3 suspects died in a gun battle, and 8 others are still on the run. Haitian government officials identified the U.S. citizens to NBC News as James Salages and Joseph Vincent. The New York Times, citing a Haitian judge involved in the investigation, reports that the 2 Americans were working as translators and said they were not in the room when President Jovenel Moïse was killed.
Why would they need to be Why would they need to be translators? You going in there, you need to translate how to shoot a gun? It's a skilled attack. Right, they're lying. So no matter what, it's gonna pan out. They can spin any lie they want. Oh, this man was doing undercover drug, deals. He was doing this. He was doing that. Anybody can say anything. It's like at some scope of it. Let's say he was. They should have never put him in the office. You got to look at the level of chaos that spawned. You have these people running a system, kind of how the U.S. will try to run a system, but with no bureaucratic understanding of it, and being puppeteered to over and over again. You got the most primitive environments being set up and built, but yet they dropped this SEAL team. And what is going on there? I've been putting up little nuances because I've been following this for about a whole year now. We've been showing it in classes and everything. We're going to tell you destabilization. What is happening there is to show us, you Negroes, man, and Hispanics, you better not never try to rise up. You better not never try to get your own with anything. Talking about leaving the country.
Well, look at them brothers, them so-called brothers call themselves Moors that was up on
in Boston.
Acting like fool. Acting like straight up fool.
Trying to say they were sovereign.
Right.
What happened?
We keep telling y'all. It's not by might. We keep trying to tell y'all you can get your little militia. How you gonna get? Listen, where you getting your bullets? We just talk about where you getting your bullets from.
Matter of fact, go to Jeremiah 30.
It's amazing.
In verse 17, real quick. That's sad. No one deserves to be in the mentality. Like, you gotta realize something. To do a high level assassination, it takes some coordination. So that goes to show you some high level things going on out there in Haiti. And it said a lot of people trying to leave and they can't leave. It's all kind of chaos going on out there. So prayers up for, the Haitian brothers. Since got brothers out there that know the truth and pushing the truth. They in the war zone All right. We got some. It's shout out to all you brothers, man, that's out there in the war zones from Haiti all the way over in Africa. Right. You know. All praises to the Most High.
Much respect for you. We
Brothers
give
in the
you
war
much
zone.
respect. That's the real war zone.
Brothers in the war zone.
The real war zone. You know what I'm saying?
That goes to show you there's no cowards in this. The Most High put the spirit on you to go out there and talk, and teach this word to your people, whether they hear or forbear.
That's right.
You know, and it's literally the war zone. Jeremiah 30:17.
Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee. And I will heal thee of thy wounds.
That's the Most High showing us. Come on.
Saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord. Come on.
Because they called thee an outcast.
Because they call you the outcast, a nation not desired. They call us outcasts. Come on.
Saying, this is Zion.
Saying, this is Zion. Come on.
Whom no man seeketh after.
Whom no man seeketh after. And that's what kills me even also when you look at this, the Most High say he going to do it. That's why what we're doing and what everybody, you know, it's a small dust of the puzzle, you know, but we're doing our parts. All praises to the Most High that he's allowing us to just speak truth. At some point, folks, it will turn from speaking it to full-on activation, though. Believe that when the Lord returns, okay? It ain't going to be a joke. Just, go to Job 12. Job. Book of Job. 20, I think it might be 23 and 24.
The book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 23.
Yes.
He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them.
So as the nations increase, the Most High can destroy them. He increasing them. So you think America's strong, you think Russia's strong, Europe, all these places over there, you think that they're strong, the Most High increased them like that. And he can bring them down. Come on.
He enlargeth the nations.
Come on.
And straighten them again.
Straighten them again. Come on.
He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth.
Come on.
And causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way.
Where there is no way. So eventually, you don't realize where they're in a wondering. They don't know how to fix things.
Right.
This system, the world how it's running, is slowly headed for its doom. The Most High has it that way. But if you can't see it, if you keep lining up with it, you're going to receive the judgments behind it. That's why the Bible keeps saying in Revelation 18, "Come out of her, my people." Mm-hmm. Right? You don't want to be partakers of this place. Of her plagues. Her plagues is coming. Okay? But for the watchmen, what's required of us, the Most High have us telling you the knowledge over and over again. People are not really paying attention. Go to Acts 20. Acts 20. Yeah. 27. Mm-hmm.
The book of Acts, chapter 20 and verse 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of God.
See how it is? We have not shunned it away from declaring the counsels of God, just like the men of old, the mighty men of old. Mm-hmm. They didn't shun away from telling you the counsel of the Most High, just like in the epistles. They're telling you, you got to get right.
Exactly.
Come on.
Verse 28. Take heed.
Do what?
Take heed.
The Bible said take heed. They're like, take heed. Come on.
Therefore, unto yourselves.
Unto yourselves. Pay attention to yourselves. Come on.
And to all the flock.
And to who?
And to all the flock.
And to your nation. Come on.
Over the which the Holy Ghost.
Come on.
Had made you overseers.
So the responsibility for our nation is very high. We have a responsibility as watchmen. Mm-hmm. All right, as you have, all of us have a responsibility for speaking the truth. All right. Watch this. Read on.
To feed the church of God, which he had purchased with his own blood.
So by Christ's blood, the church, which is the Israelites, All right, that's the church. He purchased with his own blood. So obviously now we bought with a price. Come on.
Verse 29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves.
The grievous wolves are those who are telling you do not have to keep commandments. You do not have to worry about the Israelites.
Right.
You don't have to worry about following the Bible. Oh, what you guys are teaching is a cult. The things that y'all are saying we don't have to do anymore. The way that y'all are looking at the Bible is wrong. But the Most High keep proving us right week in, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. The Most High is continuously proving us right over and over again. But you're saying we a cult, but you got people singing songs about killing and murdering, real murderers and everything else. But we a cult. But you love the culture. The culture.
Wow. That's right.
Read.
For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
So when you look at the pastors, you look at the people who are supposed to be giving us guidance, they don't care about you. Your tears and everything is falling on deaf ears. There are grievous wolves out there. All right? Read.
Also, of your own selves shall men arise.
Come on.
Speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them.
Same thing. Oh, you don't have to listen to them. They wrong. When the whole scope of it is to tell our people that you are the best that God created and you need to live as that. You have a conduct. All right? That's why we've been on this conduct. You know, you can receive the blessings or you can receive the curses. Come on.
Verse 31. Therefore watch and remember.
What did the Bible say?
Therefore watch.
Therefore watch. So we're watching. And what?
And remember.
And remember. Come on.
That by the space of 3 years.
So he's showing even in his time by the space of 3 years he on this. Read.
I cease not to warn everyone.
Everyone. Come on.
Night and day.
Night and day. Come on.
With tears.
With tears. That's the tears right there. He's consistently putting forth the warning night and day. We understand this. All right. We understand that portion, but because people really don't understand it, and our people mainly, because they have this mark of the beast on them. They have a mark of the beast, which is sin. But I'm going to show you something. Go to Job. Just go back. 7 and 20. Since I mentioned the mark.
The book of Job. Chapter 7 and verse 20.
Come on.
I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee?
What shall I do unto thee? I have sinned. Come on.
O thou preserver of men.
O thou preserver of men. Come on.
Why hast thou set me as a mark?
The preserver of men is the Lord. He said, why thou set me as a mark? Come on.
Against thee.
Against thee. So if you had a mark of the beast, you are against God. You're not saying that you have to follow Christ in the keeping of the commandments. If you are saying you do not have to do that, you have a mark set upon you. That mark is sin. Okay, come on.
So that I am a burden to myself.
So that I'm a burden to myself. You're a burden to yourself. You have done things. If you're a burden to yourself, you're self-willed. And also you're walking down a pathway of destruction. And that doesn't mean that come in different forms. You don't have to be sagging your pants. You don't have to have no education. You can be educated, well off with money, and still be a burden to yourself. And that's why you're seeing even in these trying times right now, a lot of people that's supposedly is well off and everything else. All these incidents is happening to them as well.
Well, like you said, the perfect precept I want to pull for this one is Proverbs 8 and 36.
Yes.
He says, but he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. So same thing. You know, you making a covenant with death. You know.
That's why go to Revelation 13.
Okay.
Revelation 13 says, I mentioned the mark.
Mm-hmm. We sure not a chip.
Yeah, I know. Shoot. Somebody, oh, well, you're going to be it's a chip, brother. All right, well.
You want verse 16?
That's your understanding, but we're seeing, yeah, you believe that.
Mm-hmm.
We seeing what's really killing our people out here. It's the mind state of being in this world.
I know that's right.
All right, 13. Start. All I want is, what is it?
You want 16?
Yeah, 16 and 17.
16 and 17? Okay. The Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Like a pledge of allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
Following a system. Watch this, come on.
Or in their foreheads.
In your mind, you live like this place. Come on.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Go to, let me give y'all a precept. Matthew 13:44. This is how you know it's not just saying no chip or nothing like that. Christ's going to give you a parable in Matthew 13. Was it 43 and 44?
Okay. Say Matthew chapter 13 and verse 43.
Highlight buy or sell. That was the key right there. Buy or sell. You think that's talking about going out and buying some potato chips? Or buying something? You think that's talking about that? Right. Come on.
Verse 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father.
Come on.
Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Let him hear. So he's giving parables out. Watch this. Here's one.
Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field.
It's the kingdom of heaven. Pay attention to this. It's like a treasure hid in a field. We know the field is the world. Mm-hmm. All right. The fear of the Lord is the treasure that you really need to have to obtain the kingdom. It will lead you to that. But watch this. Come on.
The which, when a man hath found, he hideth.
He hideth. Come on.
And for joy.
And for the joy. Come on.
Thereof goeth and selleth.
And selleth. Come on.
All that he hath.
Come on.
And buyeth that field.
So Christ paralleled this buying and selling. Well, if you do that, you're buying and selling to be in the truth. But if you buying and selling with this other mark, you buying and selling to be in the world. That's how you know it's parallel. It's not talking about you just buying and selling.
Where's that? Remember you had the other precept? We had the other precept for the mark, the flip side.
Oh yeah, Ezekiel 9, 9 and 4.
Yeah, because we were showing the flip side of the mark because. Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, we have people on social media, the conspiracy theorists, they twist people up with talk about the mark of the beast, all that nonsense, but the scriptures define it. That's all I'm going to just say.
I think it's Ezekiel 9.
I think it was one you pulled. I think you pulled one in Psalm 75 or something like that. The one about the mark. Remember the one? I think we had one about the mark. Mark of righteousness.
Oh, I know the mark of iniquity.
No, it was one. It was mark. I think.
You say it's where?
It was in either Psalms.
37.
I think so.
See if it's 37.
I think it's 37. It
like
is
about the perfect man.
Yeah. I think it was 37 and
might be 37, 36 or 30, 37, 37.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
37, 37.
Yeah, 37, 37. Because it marks because it's telling you the perfect. When mark at 37, 37, it says, "Mark the perfect man, what makes you perfect, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace." So you upright. That's the flip side of the mark.
Right.
The mark of righteousness. Because remember, you to mark the perfect man. What makes you perfect? We understand perfect. Being in the script, being in the commandments in Christ, that is the flip side of the mark of the so-called beast, because this makes you perfect. The other mark makes you in the midst of sin, iniquity.
Right, following the world.
Following the world.
That's what people have is all these judgments and everything is going out. You see everything that we're being showed up in this system is really pointing to people have received the living style of the beast.
Exactly.
You're living how the beast would live.
Yep. And you're getting all his rewards because as long as you're doing what he's want you to do, he's going to bless you more and more with his rewards.
Matthew 11.
Okay.
Gosh, we might have to make a part 2 to this.
I know, right?
This is
getting too good.
16.
St. Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows.
That's how it is, like children sitting in the market and calling to their fellows. Watch this. Come on.
And saying, we have piped unto you.
We have piped unto you. Come on.
And you have not danced.
You have not danced. You have not danced. Come on.
We have mourned unto you.
Come on.
And you have not lamented.
You have not lamented because we're showing you that there's sad things happening. Everybody going about their only normal business in a day. Oh yeah, that's sad. Back to happiness. Excuse me. Read on.
Verse 18. For John came neither eating nor drinking.
He ain't come like that in that capacity. He came like the wild man, biblical style. Come on.
And they say he hath a devil.
And they said, okay, he's got a devil. Watch this. Come on.
Verse 19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking.
So he came in the midst of everybody like, all right, let's show you that this is the truth. Remember, what John did was he was in the wilderness. He like a wild man. So they should have received that. But it's showing you the parallel. They didn't receive that. They said, oh, no, he's wild. Now Christ come more practical. I'm with you. We in the system. We know what you're thinking about. We know how you rolling.
Right.
Read.
And they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine bibber.
That's why you see with the Israelites now, you see a lot of the Israelites, especially you young brothers, man, you are bringing so much into this truth in the sense of making it tangible because the youngsters that are on this side of it, you can relate to them and you bringing that to it. You bringing it to them where they can't refute. But they still saying that you're a devil. They still saying you're in a cult. You gotta have it both ways. It's showing you both ways was put forward. Come on.
A friend of publicans and sinners.
Tax collectors and sinners. That's what they tried to say. Come on.
But wisdom is justified of her children.
But wisdom is justified of her children. So whoever understood, this is the reason why you got to be in the midst of the sinners to shine the light. Is justified of her children. Somebody who's getting wisdom shall wake up. Read on. Come on.
Verse 20. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done.
Come on.
Because they repented not.
Because they repented not. You seeing mighty works. Like we're seeing mighty works right now. It's astounding like to see these things happening. People just, a kid was walking and a bullet just fell in his head, lodged in his brain. Come on.
Verse 21. Woe unto thee, Chorazin. Woe unto thee, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes.
It show you that even in old times, if the works that they were seeing at this point would be done to them, they will repent. Christ is showing us even the same thing right now. Read.
But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you.
Something's coming to the earth you're not gonna be able to escape from, and you have to go meet the Most High. You gotta go meet your Maker. That ain't good. Come on.
Verse 23. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell.
Come on.
For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day.
So you had cities, even in the old times, even time of Christ, that was being held up as this was the place to live, just like America. All right, being brung down. Read
verse 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee.
Oh, come on.
At that time Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent
of this world, come on,
and have revealed them unto babes.
Unto babes. So you brothers and sisters that's out there that the Lord has shined the light and showed you this, they'll never think that he would show it to you. It should be showed to the scientists, the archaeologists. It should be showed to people who was learned and everything else. But it's showed to you. Read.
Verse 26. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight.
Come on.
All things are delivered unto me of my Father.
You got to believe that. Come on.
And no man knoweth the Son, but the Father.
But the Father, come on.
Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son.
Except the Son, come on.
And he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him.
So you got to ask yourself the question, is it revealed to you? Because a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people don't understand the mechanisms of the judgments that's going forward, of how it's going forward, why it's going forward, and how to escape it. The only way you can understand that Christ got to illuminate you to that. Right. You got to understand that the Most High is in control of all things, and Christ is navigating you through to be safe. Read.
Verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden.
And what?
And I will give you rest.
I will give you rest. You're going to be rest from the sorrow of your mind. You're going to have rest from the being shackled in your mind. You're going to have rest in this day of understanding what's happening. A lot of people is losing it because of the COVID, because of the being locked down, because of the way that the system is working on them, the way they don't have any money, the way that they're oppressed, what they're seeing constantly, evil communications over and over again. A lot of people are snapping. They're going into depression. Childhood depression is at an all-time high. Women being depressed, men depressed, everybody in a defunct mind, running around, twiddling their thumbs, not realizing, want to check out.
That's right.
That's because you got to come to the Lord, man.
That's right.
And he said he will give you rest. Read.
Verse 29, take my yoke upon you.
You don't even know what this yoke is. If you don't understand this, you got to take the Lord's understanding, that wisdom, knowledge, that treasure, and add it to your life, and then read.
And learn of me.
Learn of him. That's the volume of the book. Read.
For I am meek.
What the Lord say?
For I am meek.
For I am meek. You got to dig in this book and find him because he's hidden in this book. Mm-hmm. It could have been just easily revealed. That was Christ. That's Christ. That's Christ. You're gonna easily in this book just put that down in here. But it's for you to dig in it and understand, oh, there you go right there appearing. Oh, there he was right there helping Israel. Mm-hmm. Oh, there he was helping. Somebody was sick and was about to die. There he goes, shows up and help. Oh, somebody was in the midst of the furnace burning. There he goes again, showed up and helped. Oh, somebody was poor and afflicted. There he goes, showed up again and helped. Read.
And lowly in heart.
Come on.
And ye shall find rest unto your soul.
You will find rest to your spirit. Your spirit will be at ease. Read.
For my yoke.
For what he say?
For my yoke.
For the Lord's yoke. Come on.
It's easy.
It's easy. Only thing is required for you is to read and return. Read.
And my burden.
And what?
And my burden.
We ain't requiring animals to be sacrificed and everything else now. And my burden, read.
Is light.
Is what?
Is light.
And my burden is light. So, the Lord is promising us specific things, all right? And the glory of this is that death and all the things, the tears and everything that's happening to our people is going to be wiped out. The Lord's going to replace that with joy. That's why he says Psalms 126 in verse 5. Psalms 126 in verse 5. This is what we are in the business for. Psalms 126 and verse 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 126 and verse 5.
Come on.
They that sow in tears.
They that sow in tears. This is what we're in right now. We are sowing in tears, afflictions, deaths, all kind of things, being mistreated, being hated. All that stuff is projected on this nation. All right? They that sow in tears. It's meant for us to do this because we broke the commandments of God. Now we're receiving our just punishment. But Christ has promised that this is only a small time. We're sowing in tears. Read.
They that sow in tears.
Come on.
Shall reap in joy.
Shall reap in joy at the end. That's why you got to focus on what the truth really is and what it means to you. You got it?
Yo, I got it. The book of, oh my goodness, this is a big promise. The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven say, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people.
Then they shall be his people. Once again, the Israelites, safety and secure in being the Lord's people. Come on.
And God himself shall be with them and be their God.
Read.
And God shall wipe away all tears.
And God shall wipe away all tears. Can you imagine this? The level of joy is unimaginable for us. And God shall wipe away all tears. Read.
From their eyes.
Come on.
And there shall be no more death.
And there shall be what?
No more death.
And there shall be no more death. Come on.
Neither sorrow.
Come on.
Nor crying.
Nor crying. Come on.
Neither shall there be any more pain.
Neither shall there be any more pain. Read.
For the former things are passed away.
Come on.
And he that sat upon the throne said,
which is the Most High. Come on.
Behold, I make all things new.
That's what we want. Come on.
And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful.
Come on.
And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst.
I will give to him that is athirst. Come on.
Of the fountain of the water of life freely.
It's free. Come on.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things. Read.
And I will be his God.
Come on.
And he shall be my son.
And he shall be my son. That's what you want to hear. You don't want to go to the other side of it because you want to be the nation of, be a part of the nation of the people that are with righteousness, so that you can obtain peace and rest, eternal life, a kingdom, rulership. All the opposite of what we have now. Because the only thing we see now is death and destruction.
Oh, praise it.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
Yeah, so we got to obey the Most High, of course, rather than man, to escape the shadow of death.
I know that's right.
All right? Your life is hanging in the balance. You got to return back to keeping God's laws as Christ delivered them. All right?
Praises.
Y'all visit the website, IsraeliteSaintsOfChrist.org. We are in a high holy day. I mean, it's supposed to be festivities.
Right.
All right? Sign up. Join the force. All right? Make sure you sign up. But all praises to the Most High in Christ. You brothers and sisters continue to tune in. Make sure you're hitting those buttons, all right? Share the videos and everything else. All praises to the Most High.
Praises.
With that, we say
Shalom.